Okay, once we've dropped the boot back in, what we'll do, we'll connect all these. But before you can go connecting these, remember this has to be pulled out. And then once it's connected and pushed in, you push this little tab in. But before we do that, let's go ahead and install all the others. Okay, we just stick our finger in there and kind of work it around, and we put it on the outside of this boot like this. It'll protect it, and it'll make this thing come out a lot easier the next time. And it protects from moisture. As you can see, these spark plugs, guess what? Before these kind of plugs wear out, they'll actually rust. So the electrode's not going to be what you have to worry about. So that's why I say they last so long, and that's why I recommend the tiny bit of use of anti-seize. But make sure it's for spark plugs for light coats, because it's also used for oxygen sensors and stuff. So like I say, that does give you that extra bit of protection. These are in there so long, and those spark plugs, man, they'll break. I've seen it many a times, because now they're making it to where these plugs are supposed to last 100,000 miles or so. It's a little bit different than, say, 12,000 miles. So, depending on your situation, you might not necessarily need it. You can also blow all these holes out with compressed air while the plug is in. You don't want to break none of that stuff loose and knock it down to the cylinder. Okay, and then you want to take these bolts, just finger tighten them like you did the spark plugs till you can't get them to tighten down anymore. Move on to your next one. If they're hard to get to, I suggest using your extension and doing it by hand that way. Probably what I should do with this one. Okay. And come on down to the next one. And you probably know this is to my last video to go into a little bit more detail than I got to in the first video. Some people just want a quick how-to. They know how to change plugs, and they just want a few little tips. Maybe they have this car or something like that, and so they want to use that as kind of a reference guide if there's something they'll need that that they're maybe not aware of, or something like that. And these, you definitely don't want that tight. Okay, I believe I had it loosening up there. There we go. Having a little trouble with the ratchet. Just snug, don't go crazy with it. Snug. Wiggle it off her. Hands are a little bit greasy. Now this one was difficult pulling out. I showed you how to do it. Pretty much the same thing, putting it back in, except when you're putting it back in, you'll come out like this behind it and kind of push towards this pump a little bit. You're not pressing up here around the fittings or anything like that on the pump. You're just down here at the bottom at the base, just kind of using it for a little leverage, pushing on it like this, and then take something to kind of tap this little ear. And now when I say tap, I really mean tap. Be patient, and it'll go in there. It just takes a minute or two. So I'd rather take a minute or two than have to replace something. Now this one, I don't know. Now we were able to get into it. To loosen it up, but don't mean we'll be able to tighten it. But good thing is it don't have to be like super tight. It just has to be tight, snug. Okay, and it's quit moving, so you don't want to be twisting on it, rounding your bolts off or anything like that. Okay, like I said, you want to make sure each one of these clips, these gray clips, is pressed back inward. This right here, you want to just take this and see it just pop, presses right back down in there, snapped in there, and we're good to go. So there we have it. Everything is ready to go, and I want to thank you guys for joining me here at Nate's Interactive Auto. Main thing I'd like to do is have you guys suggest videos, and we'll try to get them done as fast as possible. Anything in particular, just let me know. I want to do what you guys would like to do. It's really fun, interesting. I do this because I love it, not because I'm a big entrepreneur or anything like that. I just love it. So I want to show you guys my shop, my workshop. Soon. I've been moving lately, so I would like to take you guys to a quick tour. It's an absolute wreck right now because I've just got a few things moved over so far, and yeah, so not really. I don't know, if it's for the better or everything's just kind of laid out. I use that little building for a storage building or whatnot, but you know how that goes. So Ingersoll ran compressors, several welders, as you can see, stuff covered up in bags that I've had to carry over here. This is all short notice. My propane heat, just try to take you guys a quick tour. More heaters, more this, that, coolers to use for this and that, and chargers to use. As you see, the big jump starter. You see tanks everywhere. Man's got to have plenty of heat out here. You see tire changers, balancers, heaters. It really doesn't look like there's that much, but I promise you there's a whole lot more. It's funny how things look when you compress them like that. It's radiators and sawzalls and battery testers, a million different battery testers, and I guess you guys get the idea. I have a little trouble getting through here for right now. Oh, all my torque wrenches and everything you can't really even see, but just kind of give you a quick go through, trying to improve the space situation and the working situation. So I would like to have me a nice lift, but that requires a lot of space, and they're expensive, but I'll be honest with you, space to me is the biggest issue. That's why it kind of shocked me when I seen some of these other mechanics that done this 24/7 and they didn't even have a lift. I actually felt for them, I was like, wow. Which I've never used a lift either. I always use tons of jack stands and things like that. But okay, I want to thank you guys here for joining me at Nate's Garage. Y'all have a good one.